The other day, I had a huge burst of inspiration, and it sprayed all these tiny little idea crumbs all over me. And it gave me an idea for a new series, and I want to be bringing that to you guys today in this video. It is actually called The Fizz. Have you ever been bored with video games for a while and just wanted to go watch something on Netflix or Crunchyroll or YouTube? It seems like every time I go to do that, I never have anything to watch. I just end up keep scrolling, down, just nothing is on. Well, now you don't have to worry about that anymore. My series, The Fizz, is going to be talking about things I've enjoyed watching, and some of my friends have introduced me into some of these things. And it puts them in categories of action, feelsiness, nerdiness, creepiness, and derpiness. So that way it better suits your viewing needs. This could be anything ranging from movies to anime to cartoons or to other YouTube channels. And you may have seen some of the content that I'll be posting on here, and you may not have, or you may not actually like it, but you know, everybody has different opinions, and you might actually want to check it out though. So, you know, be adventurous. It never hurts to try. Now with that out of the way, let's get on with the first episode of The Fizz. Today on The Fizz, we have our first big guest. This guest is classified high on the nerdiness and action scales, with a big chunk of derpiness thrown in. I'm talking about a certain set of heroes and their daily adventures of saving the world. They are called Gokaiger. Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger is a particular set of heroes in the long-running franchise of Super Sentai in Japan. Now, as you can tell, Super Sentai looks a lot similar to something you may know, the Power Rangers. Well, let me tell you this, Super Sentai is different most of the time. With Power Rangers being torn off of Super Sentai, they tend to butcher the storylines or destroy them altogether, and install flat characters in the place of the good ones. Well, Gokaiger fell victim to this and became the abomination of Super Megaforce. Bummer. I'm not going to go on a rant here talking about how Power Rangers are compared to Super Sentai, because you're here to learn about something new to watch and not hear me rant at Saban and Nickelodeon. One thing I will tell you is that Gokaiger is fantastic. It's nothing like that Super Megaforce abomination. It's definitely worth your time, especially if you're a newcomer to the franchise. Moving on to section number 1. What is it? Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger is a series that ran in 2011 through 2012, introducing 5 superheroes known as the Gokaigers. They are space pirates come to Earth from the far reaches of the universe in order to find the most valuable treasure in existence. With their Mobirates, they transform into their Sentai uniforms and can fight against the evil space empire Zangiak. The ship they arrived on can even transform into a giant robot called Gokaio, in which they face off against gigantic creatures, some of which aren't even the boss monster. What makes this series special out of all of them is that the Mobirates they possess have the ability to use keys in order to transform into any of the past Super Sentai members that came before them. It also operates special weaponry that reference its respective series. This introduces the lore from many other Sentais, introduces a wide variety of characters from history, and ups the scales of battle and action higher than ever. They even spawned a few movies crossing over with Kamen Rider, Metal Hero series, and other Sentai series. It's like nothing you've ever seen before in Power Rangers or Super Sentai. 2. Why watch this? If you're like me, you grew up on Power Rangers. You adored watching the Green Ranger summon the Dragon Zord and all the Rangers going up against the evil Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed. If you liked or still liked Power Rangers, this is ultimately worth it. In fact, Super Sentai, after watching a lot of them, is more entertaining to me now than when I watched Power Rangers as a child. The characters have true depth, the lore is to die for, and the budget is flawless in comparison to Power Rangers. It even has a more adult feel to it. It is relevant to Power Ranger veterans. Now, if you didn't grow up on Power Rangers, or if you just don't know anything about them, that's okay. It might actually be even better for your psyche. I'm not saying that all Power Ranger series are bad. For the most part, they butcher the characters and the stories. My advice is to check this series out while separating it from Power Rangers, because this is the real deal here. The characters are rough and tough, from many different backgrounds, and have a lot of great adventures that any normal person could enjoy from other shows if they gave it a chance. As long as you like robots, fighting, and monster battles, this could haul you into a long-running franchise you've been missing out on. 3. Who shouldn't watch this? In order to save certain people's time, I have created this segment just for those who want a skeptical approach. Here's where I step off my biased opinion and tell you exactly what it is that would make you not want to watch the show, and if these reasons and causes don't apply to you, then you should definitely give the Gokaigers an honest college try. First off, if you don't like or care about anything in the Power Rangers franchise, you won't like Gokaiger. It has some of the tropes that Power Rangers has at times, and I'll turn you completely away, and that is fine. But in essence, it is a show about morphing teenagers with attitude, here to save the world from creepy weirdo alien monsters. If you abhor Power Rangers, you will obviously not like any Super Sentai. Second, the show is Japanese and it will need subtitles if you don't know the language. You may have to flip-flop between different subbers. Gokaiger may also have references you may not understand, like jokes related to dialect or locations you haven't visited. If you do not like Japanese shows at all and you don't even want to try them, I know people that avoid these, they are out there. Or if you don't want to pay attention to subtitles, Gokaiger is probably not for you. Lastly, even though the show is at an end, it may be hard to find on the internet sometimes. Due to copyright claims, I remember trying to find the show and having difficulty finding all the episodes in one place. Oftentimes I'd have to wait weeks in order to get the next few episodes because they were all taken down. If you're not willing to watch the show from different sites and keep track of what episodes you're on yourself, as well as maintaining the story in your mind as much as any anime or story-driven cartoon would have you do, then this is most likely not a show you should use your time on. Now before the Fizz goes flat and I end the episode off here, I just want to say that Gokaiger has been one of my favorite all-time series. Now lately I haven't paid that much attention to a lot of Super Sentai stuff, but Gokaiger has always held a special spot in my heart and definitely deserves one in yours as well. Now remember, there's always differences in opinions, and a lot of them aren't voiced properly because they haven't given it a true chance. So go try some Gokaiger. I'm going to leave a link in the description for the first episode, and come back here and tell me what you think, or just tweet at the SodaPop gameplay, or see me on my Facebook fan page. Thank you for enjoying some SodaPop, and have a wonderful night. End card. Thanks for watching the Fizz with Gokaiger. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos, and share it with others if you got into Gokaiger after watching. If you know someone else who would like to watch it, please share with them too, and if you want to see some of my gameplay videos, they're right here. I'm doing a Pokemon Zomlock challenge. It's a modified Nuzlocke. Thank you for enjoying some SodaPop, and have a wonderful night.